It all started with a idea to further my education in this field and further my passion for it through an internship. Luckily, I was able to find one through a family friend that my mom had. This all started around December 2014, this idea, and then by May 26, 2015, I was already on my way to the Berkshires up in Massachusetts to work with the Berkshire Theater Company. This was one of the first places on the campus for the Berkshire Theater Company that I actually saw. It's called the Barn. And it doesn't look like much, but there's actually two theaters, a scene shop, a paint shop, an electric shop, and a costume shop, all inside the barn. Now, this picture's only one small piece of it, but there's a lot more that this barn holds. Now, this is just a glimpse of what the scene shop looked like. It was hectic, it was crazy, it was awesome. All these things you see around the scene shop, like all the pictures that are hung, all the pieces, are actually former pieces of plays that happened. And every year they take one memento and everyone on the crew signs it and they just hang it on the wall as like a memory for the shop and see how many shows actually were put on and how many people affected this company over the years. And a little hint is my nemesis of the summer is seen in this picture. Now, my nemesis isn't actually a person, it was a table saw. The summer of 2015 was very interesting for me. I was cutting a lot of floorboards, and just monotony and a small change in movement got the best of me, where I ended up cutting my hand on the table saw seen in the last picture, where I had to get 37 stitches in 3 fingers on my right hand. And it took me out of building for 2 weeks, but that doesn't mean I didn't help out. Now, this was the image I got to send to my mom when she first heard about it. The company management actually called her before, when I was actually in the ambulance going to the hospital to get these done, and this is the result of an hour and 45 minutes of stitches. And if you ever get the chance to do that, I would suggest passing it up, because it is not a fun experience, and also having your mom scream at you through the phone for being an idiot is also not a fun experience. Now, while I was injured, I didn't want to be useless. We were in the middle of our biggest build of the summer. Over the course of the summer, we did 8 shows in 12 weeks, and we were in the middle of Bells Are Ringing, which was our biggest production, the most budget, and what you see here is the backside of over 100 LED boxes that we had to build, and I got to paint every single one of them left-handed. But even though I was the only one who got to paint all of them, and it was a lot of work by myself, the result, which you can see right here, is and was totally worth it. To see the show go up and know that I had a hand in getting this off the ground, even though I wasn't at full capacity, was a great feeling. Like I said, I had a very interesting summer. So I was on show crew for the Bells Were Ringing, which was one of our biggest productions that summer. And lo and behold, the week after the show goes up, I come down with a serious fever. I actually had to go to the hospital because it was a 105-degree fever that kept me in bed, and the house we were staying in didn't have any central air, so I actually had to go stay at a local hotel that we had a partnership with to be able to have any sort of central air and immediate medical care that was nearby. Now, with this company, it doesn't seem a better way to address anything that we did or how we acted better than this quote, or not really a quote, but that horrifying moment when you're looking for an adult and you realize that you are an adult. Then you look for an older adult, an adultier adult, someone better adulting than you. That always seemed to be the company management, because even though we were all around 20 years old, some of us didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know if something went wrong, something happened, so we always would look for the other person who could actually have a cool head in a situation. Sometimes the older adults didn't act this way because, hey, we're all goofballs in the theater community, so. And I would just like to wrap up with a picture of probably the most memorable picture I have of this summer is everyone signed one of the light boxes that we had to make, and actually a couple because we had to make them into different frames. And it's just a great picture to show that all my friends that summer, all of us, it was a tough summer, but we made it through, and we made amazing shows happen, did amazing things that summer. And it just goes to show that nothing is nothing goes on without the crew. Thank you.